Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Just jumping on here for a little bit to see what's going on with this situation out in Texas. Wilson sent me the story because there's just had a press conference. I'll give people a couple minutes to join. Let me share this out on TikTok. Um, and as she sent me the live feed and the post on Facebook, I clicked some other links and I found another article that literally says two bodies were found. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Let me just fix this right here. I don't know what the hell is going on, bro. I mean, I just don't even know anymore. The quick synopsis, okay, is officials said that his mom, Savannah Krieger, 32, left work early to pick up Caden at his daycare and take him to a doctor's appointment. Her white 2023 Lincoln Avatar was later found abandoned. And when I click the link and go further, I guess this is about that. I don't know what they're going to say in this press conference. So two bodies have been located in a ditch at Tom Slick Park, believed to be the 3-year-old and the mother, who were subject of an Amber Alert. Authorities said it appears that gunshots could have been fired as a gun was recovered. Wow. So this press conference was about 30 minutes ago.
Good morning. Is everybody ready? Okay. Well, we're out here at the scene of what's being handled now as a homicide. Last night, what started all this off is we got a call about 6:30, 8211 Dover's Den at a residence not too far from here off Culebra for a report of a welfare check. There was some concerns regarding Savannah Kreider, who resides at that residence with her young son, Caden Kreider. Krieger, my apologies. When we initially arrived, there was no vehicle there on scene, and deputies were not able to make entry to the residence. So later in the evening, we were able to make contact with a family member that eventually was able to get us into the residence with consent, and we were able to get in and found some things. I won't go too much into detail on what was found, but they did find some things that led us to believe there was certainly cause for concern for the child, and as well as.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did that.
Savannah Kreider, who resides at that residence with her young son, Caden Kreider. Krieger, my apologies. When we initially arrived, there was no vehicle there on scene, and deputies were not able to make entry to the residence. So later in the evening, we were able to make contact with a family member that eventually was able to get us into the residence with consent, and we were able to get in and found some things. I won't go too much into detail on what was found, but they did find some things that led us to believe there was certainly cause for concern for the child, and as well as for Savannah. Throughout the night, we were searching the area. We were able to get some phone pings out in this area here. during the night, we were able to find her vehicle, Savannah's vehicle, out here at the park, and that vehicle was recovered. But utilizing SAPD Eagle and Park Police, we were not able to find them last night in the park. The plan was to wait till daybreak and then resume the search out here. This morning, a Park Police officer was out here accompanied by our SCORE deputies, and a Park Police officer was able to find 2 bodies in the ditch back there off the backside of the park. At this point, we're not even clear that it's park property, but there's a drainage easement that runs behind the park, and that's where we were able to find 2 bodies. At this point, we are operating on the premise that it is Savannah and the child that we have found. It appears that there's some evidence that there may have been some gunshots fired, but again, at this point, it's just too early to give anything beyond tentative identification. Anoche, aproximadamente las 6:30 de la noche, nosotros recibimos una llamada a una casa en allí. Cuando ellos lograron, compramos un carro, empezamos nosotros ahorita of that the custody of the baby, and there was concerns from family members that they were not able to make contact with her. There was some her phone was going straight to voicemail. Another.
Hold on a second.
Can you talk about what the welfare check was to them?
So there's been some sort of a custody battle ongoing with the custody of the baby, and there was concerns from family members that they were not able to make contact with her. There was some her phone was going straight to voicemail. Another family member or friend typically has it where they have a family plan where they can track phones, and her location services were off, and so there was just general cause for concern. The last time she was seen she had signed out of work a bit early to go pick up the baby from daycare. And so that was the last time that she was seen, but there were no indications from employers that there was any cause for concern, other than she was going to pick up the baby to take him to a medical appointment, and then that was the last time they were seen.
Señor, ¿en qué condiciones encontraron los cuerpos y cuál sería el siguiente paso de las investigaciones?
Pero ahorita no puedo comentar mucho en la evidencia que se encontró ahí con los cuerpos, solamente que nosotros ahorita no pensamos que hay otros sospechosos.
He's asking about like what evidence they could talk about. He said we can't really talk about evidence, but there is no suspects. And when I read this article, the article says that it's being looked into as a murder slash. Wait, did I say that right? Yeah, murder slash unaliving, meaning they're looking at it basically as if the mother possibly shot the child and then shot herself. And this child had a custody hearing. Okay, so officials added that they believe there had been an ongoing custody battle for the child between the mother and the father. And guess when the hearing was scheduled for? Hearing was scheduled for, I'll give the chat a second. Was it today? Was it tomorrow? Was it Friday? Got to give you guys a second. I get a 30-second delay. Yep. So today, I'll never understand the logic behind these people. I don't know if it's desperation. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that's like to go through that, but I couldn't believe or think that like, okay, the solution for me is let me kill myself, kill the child and myself. Tuesday, March 19. All right. Wow.
Pero todavía vamos a seguir procesando la evidencia que se encuentra aquí.
And the father is on scene, reportedly cooperating with authorities. Ain't that? I mean, I just can't imagine finding your child like that. 3-year-old.
Bueno, yes, sí. Ahorita, desde anoche nosotros estábamos con pendiente que el niño estaba con ella. Ella estaba posiblemente armada y por eso teníamos pendiente del niño.
So he was saying basically that like she was pretty much the suspect, and they knew that she had the child, and they know that she carries or she's armed.
Sí, sí. He's with us right now in CID, and he's helping us out with filling in whatever blanks that we can. But all we know is that there was some sort of a custody exchange or a custody dispute that was ongoing between the two, unfortunately.
Estaba diciendo que fueron localizados por el celular y que tenían cierto plan.
No, pues un amigo de ella tenía, algún familiar o amigo de ella tenían en común ese servicio donde uno y el otro se podían encontrar por medio del teléfono celular, pero eso en su teléfono de ella no estaba, entonces no se podían comunicar con ella y el teléfono de ella estaba yendo directamente a voicemail, entonces...
He's just asking about like tracking services. She was on a family plan, but she had all her location services turned off.
Nosotros sí logramos averiguar que el teléfono estaba en esta área, pero no se sabía exactamente. There is a firearm on scene, which again leads us to believe that we don't have any other suspects outstanding. At this point, we're operating on that premise until we can verify.
Entonces los cuerpos tienen heridas de bala.
She did have possession of the child, but my understanding is very soon, I think today, there was supposed to be some sort of a hearing regarding the ongoing custody of that baby.
Esta quería comentar que me habías dicho que había cosas entre los niños y los padres.
Este día ellos quedaban de ir a la corte para averiguar con quién iba a estar el niño, entonces se aparenta que es lo que pasó.
Sí, el tipo de heridas que tenían los cuerpos.
Tienen balazos los dos cuerpos, pero no puedo decir exactamente dónde ahorita.
Y se encontró la arma.
¿Mande?
Y se encontró la arma.
Tenemos arma aquí y no pensamos que hay otros sospechosos que todavía se buscan.
Can you say that in English again?
Yes, sir.
Today was custody battle.
Which part, sir?
Today was the day.
Yes, sir. My understanding is that there was a hearing that was supposed to take place today regarding the custody of the child. Obviously, that hearing did not occur.
Between the father and her?
Yes, between the two parents.
Sheriff, so the bodies were found outside of the vehicle in a ditch?
The bodies right now are in a drainage easement out, so it appears that they left the vehicle and then left on foot from there. I don't know how far the distance is between the two, but it is quite the crime scene is a considerable ways past the park and into that drainage easement.
So you speculate that the shooting happened last night or this morning?
It was most likely late last night.
And here on the premises?
Here on premises, yeah. We believe that this is where the crime scene is contained. We're going to continue to process the house as well, but I believe that the bulk of the activity happened here.
Wow.
Okay, thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Oh man, another day. Natalie, thank you for the 20. Thank you so much for the super chat. It says thank you for all you do. Gracias. Yeah, I mean, wow. I thought at first I got confused when this post first came out because I had thought that they were saying that the mother took the child. It was an Amber Alert. I mean, she did, but I wasn't sure if like something happened to them or she was the one that was the perp. Like I thought maybe because they found her vehicle abandoned, I thought okay maybe something happened to the mom and the baby. But according to this, it seems like it was the mother. Because of these custody issues, had shot the baby and herself. This is the park over here, what it looks like. Tom Slick Park. Wow, what a crazy time. Tom Slick Park. In Texas. I think San Antonio, Texas. I wanted to put her name in real quick too for just see what else comes up in a Google search. Savannah Krieger. I think they said she was she's 32. Something like that. Savannah. Yeah. Let's see real quick too. I want to see if any like family or friends had anything to say yet, but the news just came out. Here's some more pictures of the family, or the mother and kid. That's mama. Crazy. Hey, Duty Run. I hope you're doing all right. Thanks for stopping by. Sad, so sad to see these cases are so difficult to cover. Thanks for being honest. No, thank you, man. You guys make sure you check out Duty Run's channel. Yeah, I really thought it was just kind of, because a lot of the times, some of these Amber Alerts, you hear them and it's kind of like, it's a lot of times it's a custody thing, and then, you know, they turn up. So I wasn't expecting that it was going to be like a murder suicide situation over a custody battle. I remember many years ago too, I covered this case, a Florida case. I can't remember trying to see if I can't remember the name of the child. Let's see. Amber. Oh, it's on the main page. Oh, let me check the main page. It was a wild case, and I think it was a custody thing as well. And the father had shot up like the whole family, like mother, grandmother, aunt, and then took the baby on the run. And I believe they found the father with a shot, but they never found the baby. Let's see if I go back and find this. Oh, here it is. Wow, it's been so long. I'll see if we can. I have a live stream on it, but let me see if I can find a short video. Andrew Caballero. See if I find a short little news clip we can watch.
First at 11, the statewide search for a missing newborn intensifies. Volunteers joining law enforcement to try to find baby Andrew. The story began unfolding this time last week when 3 of Andrew's family members were found murdered.
His father later killing himself. Yet tonight there is a sliver of new hope that baby Andrew is with someone somewhere alive. CBS 4's Hank Tester is working our top story live in Southwest Miami-Dade. Hank.
Well, a number of family and friends came into this funeral home tonight to remember, to view the 3 that have been killed in this tragedy. Meanwhile, this search went on in the Everglades for this young man. Let's take a look. Family, friends make their way into the Memorial Plan Funeral Home on Coral Way. A little boy's mother, a grandmother, and great-grandmother shot and killed last Tuesday. Andrew Caballero.
Oh, that's what it was. Mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. Like a whole lineage of family.
Planned funeral home on Coral Way. A little boy's mother, a grandmother, and great-grandmother shot and killed last Tuesday. Andrew Caballero, a week old at the time, missing. The suspect in the shooting and disappearance of little Andrew is his father, Ernesto Caballero, who took his own life in a wooded area off a rural highway north of Tampa. No sign of Andrew, still missing.
We've got a tiny, tiny baby in.
Hey, look at that. Texas Echo Search. Tim Miller? Look at he's been doing it forever. I didn't even realize that was him.
We know the animal alligator activity and stuff could certainly hinder what we're doing.
Near the Miami-Dade Collier County line, off Highway 41, 75 miles from the scene of the triple murder, an intensive search for the little boy. Local and state law enforcement and volunteers involved. So was the FBI. Former FBI agent Nelson Barbosa.
What the FBI will do is that they will gather as much as possible information regarding any family member, anyone that may have been close to the father of this baby.
The hope the child was left with someone associated with the family. The concern was a child spirited out of the country. The search area is close to the path that Ernesto Caballero took from southwest Miami-Dade to north of Tampa, where his body was found. This night, family members telling us that God will get them through the tragedy. And at the search scene,
I hope they find what they're looking for, because for that to happen for a little baby, and I mean a family, I pray for the family.
I remember that morning getting an Amber Alert. I remember that story. I remember the day that it happened, and it was just wild. It was like a crazy, like a manhunt. Everybody was looking for him, and yeah, to this day, baby's never been found. There was like some hope. They were thinking like maybe the father had like sold or gave the baby to somebody to take the baby, across the border. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what this guy could have done. I was trying to see if there's any other update because I haven't looked in so long, but I don't see anything on it. The FBI joined the search as well. It was a mess. Now or from let's see. Live stream right now. There was another Miami story too that I thought about. It just makes me think of like when some people completely lose themselves. This guy, let's see where he's at. So let's take a look at there's this, it's an old video. Miami mom accused of leaving 7 kids home alone.
Jamie Garola is live in North Miami Beach tonight. Jamie, what did the kids tell police about their situation?
Yeah, well, the kids allegedly told investigators that they would rather stay in the care of foster parents than their own mother. The 7 of them lived in this home right here behind me. And
that's crazy, huh? That's how you know it's bad. They would rather be in foster care.
They were left with barely anything to eat and no supervision.
Good morning, ma'am. You were arrested for 7 counts of child neglect.
Each count for each of her 7 children, ages 4 to 17. The judge disturbed about the neglect allegations in this police report against Elidias Perez.
The allegations in here are quite alarming, that anybody in this day and age would leave it, besides not putting them in school, leaving your children alone with no food.
Investigators
and she left them, from what I remember, left them alone to go be with the boyfriend.
Say they responded to this home in North Miami Beach because one of the kids said their mother had not enrolled them in school. But police documented other allegations of neglect.
They didn't have any food. The refrigerator had a package of chicken legs and a minimal amount of rice. The cabinets were empty. This is not a good thing.
The police report also says, quote, they stated that they have to eat rice for breakfast at times because they don't have anything else. They were lacking clean clothes and bedding. The 15-year-old has cerebral palsy, and he stated that he should be getting physical therapy, but his mother has not.
Cerebral palsy, damn.
Taken.
Who's the young fellow? Dude, when he said that, I was kind of thinking, like, who's he talking about? I'm looking around, like, is he talking about somebody in the chat or in the story? And then I see myself on the screen. I'm like, oh.
Actually,
said he was also supposed to have, let me see. He was also. So I'm showing you this because what I really wanted to show you is at some point here, I forgot. I think they went to the boyfriend's house. They went to the dad's house.
He should be getting physical therapy.
So let's check out the new updates.
To go live with her husband, pleading not. A mother accused of abandoning her 7 children to go live with her husband, pleading not guilty to child neglect charges.
Okay.
NBC6 reporter Claudia Docampo tells us what happened in court.
on October 21st, charging the defendant with 7 counts of child neglect.
35-year-old Elidaisnes Perez was arraigned on charges of neglecting her 7 children in a North Miami Beach home.
I'm going to start on page 5 with Elidaisnes Perez.
Perez pled not guilty in a written plea and did not appear before the judge. Prosecutors say the children ages 4
Double downing, pleading not guilty.
through 17 were living alone in a home near Perez and her husband, Henry Lasso, and their 2-month-old daughter. The children told detectives at times they didn't have any food.
The refrigerator had a package of chicken legs and
So at some point, okay, they went to this guy's house.
a minimal amount of rice. The cabinets were empty. This is not a good thing.
Police also arrested Lasso after a standoff with police.
So this was the guy had a meltdown, went crazy. These are the type of people that wipe out your entire family.
A good thing.
Police also arrested Lasso after a standoff with police when they wanted to talk with him about his behavior. After 3 hours of negotiations with Lasso, officers arrested him and gave his daughter over to the Department of Children and Families. The child was unharmed. Lasso also had an open case for a prior incident with his wife's older children.
2 counts of domestic battery, aggravated battery.
And I find probable cause.
With his wife's older children. Domestic battery.
Domestic battery, aggravated battery.
And I find probable cause $5,000 bond.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't know what people are gonna do. I don't know what it's like to be in a situation like that, you know, with a child or whatever. But I could never even conceive of, like, I don't know, hurting my own child or whatever. I don't know if that's just mental health, desperation, a combination, substances. I don't know. Long COVID. Just insane. I was doing a members live as well just this morning. I had a couple of issues with the computer and stuff, so I didn't get to do what I really wanted to today, even though it's still early. But I did show up and we talked about this girl a little bit. This is another really messed up story. Kaylee Gain, where she was beat. Like, I mean, this girl was really... So, recent story. I'll just read the description. There's video online and everything. So, minutes after the school day ends, students from Hazelwood East High School in St. Louis County, Missouri, gather to watch the end of a fight between 2 teen girls, Kaylee Gain and her alleged attacker, Marnice DeClue, square off, and DeClue quickly gets the upper hand, pulling Gain to the ground. DeClue pummels Gain in the head and upper body. As Gain is on her back on the pavement, bystanders try to intervene by trying to get the unnamed girl off Kaylee. The bystanders quickly rushed by 2 other girls who push her back from the fight and begin a separate fight of their own. A mess. While Gain is being pounded with a closed fist to the head and upper body. DeClue proceeds to pull Kaylee's head about 2 feet above the concrete, then slams Gain's head into the cement. The first hit renders her unable to defend herself as her assailant quickly pulls her back up off the concrete and, lifting her head further than the first time, smashes the head of Kaylee Gain into the cement concrete again. The sound of the back of her head hitting concrete is such a sickening thud, and observers realize something terrible has happened. The attacker, as well as those who have observed the beating, move on to the other fights taking place while Kaylee is left alone, unconscious on the pavement. As the EMT arrives, Kaylee is convulsing, and now she's in a coma. I hear this kind of stuff. It scares me a little bit because I think about, you know, when my daughter gets that age or starts going to school. I just feel like it's just so different now. You know, back in the day, you get into a fight, a little fist fight, and that's it. You know, whatever. Now it's like life or death. Let me play a little news clip. And the time that this girl is getting, the assailant, is very little time. I forgot how much Nancy said. Maybe you guys can remember in the chat. I forgot what time. Let me see here. Actually, let me do it over here. Close all this junk out.
In their statement, the family attorney for 16-year-old Kaylee Gain wrote that she remains unconscious 10 days after the assault. They also asked parents to reinforce to their children that violence and bullying are never appropriate.
18 months?
Just hours later, the attorney for the suspect released a statement also calling for an end to bullying and denouncing teen violence. The Gain family also confirmed the 16-year-old suffered a fractured skull that resulted in brain bleeding and swelling. They say they won't know the severity of her injuries until she regains consciousness. Their statement asked parents to, quote, emphasize to their children that the lives of both of the perpetrators of teen violence.
Chaos says, my daughter won't go to my local middle school because of this reason. Yeah, I heard some people saying private school. Definitely, I'd want to get my daughter to learn some karate or something. You got to do something. I don't know. Duty Ron, thank you for the 20. Says, thanks again, Mel, for your respectful coverage in all these cases. If you guys want to check out, make sure you check out Duty Ron on YouTube. He is loved all over YouTube. He's a retired NYPD police detective. I used to live in New York, but I'll put him in the description. Good channel to check out. He has experts come on all the time. Experienced people, law enforcement. I just put them in the chat. I mean, the chat and description. Duty Ron. Appreciate you coming by, man. Thank you. That was really nice of you. Put them in the chat here, too. But, yeah, it's kind of scary. Somebody could just kill your child, put your child in a coma, serve a little time and get out.
And the victims of violence can be permanently and
I mean, she's in a coma. We don't know if she's going to die, but,
forever changed as a result of violent incidents that last only a few minutes. The attorney for the suspect released a statement confirming his client is a 15-year-old Hazelwood East student.
Ooh.
He stated she was on the honor roll, played the orchestra, and was on the school's volleyball team. The statement continued, I believe all of the facts and circumstances of this incident are not appropriate to discuss at this time when another child is in such a critical condition. Those facts and circumstances will have their day in court. I joined the call to denounce teen violence and bullying. And most importantly, I joined my client and her family in extending our prayers for this family and their child.
All right, Christine.
Self-defense. Oh. Lauren says another way to stop fighting is to not drive your kid to a fight. Like his mom. Oh, is that true? No, Lauren. Tell me that's not true. Somebody said Kaylee threw the first punch too. Oh boy, I don't know. See, I haven't looked into all this. It's getting a lot of attention in the news too. She got to go fund me. Fractured skull resulting in life-threatening brain swelling and bleeding. Sheila says that's been debunked. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. I literally just came across it today. By the way, big news. Riley Strain's family will be giving a live update on volunteer search efforts today at the public square. Lauren sent me that. It's at 1 p.m. And I believe that's Central Time. So I'm going to be picking up the baby. I'll have to do it after. So they'll be live streaming it. I'm assuming Central. I think they're Central time. SF Investigates is going on to Nancy Grace's show today to talk about Riley Strain as well. So I want to try to catch that. I don't know if they're posting it today. I know he said he's going on today. Okay. So a few big things happening. Faith Evans said it's true her mother brought her there. Oh, man. That's not good if that's the case. Oh, good. I can finally fix this issue on, wow, TikTok. No way. Did you see that too, Layla? Layla says that she did her own research and stumbled across other school fights involving Kaylee beating up another girl in the school hallway who was on the ground. Damn. I didn't know that the story goes deep like that. Family of 16-year-old. GoFundMe page has raised more than $330,000 as of March 17. So she's in very critical condition. There is a GoFundMe. There's a second GoFundMe too, organized by Gaines' cousin. It's raised more than $20,000. Okay. Kaylee Gaines told to fight back against bullies days before the brawl left her in a coma, according to one report here. A friend of Kaylee's told Blaze Media that she was encouraged to fight back against bullying only days before the heinous attack, which has caused shock. A viral video showed the horrendous incident where a group of teens attacked Kaylee. Wow, a billionaire hedge fund investor, William Ackman, donated $10,000 to one of the GoFundMes. Wow, really, really tragic. If you guys want to email me the information you found on the story, with those other allegations, yeah, email it to me. I'll check it out. Just out of curiosity to see. The video's on Twitter. I'm not going to play it on here. But it's I think it's on the Libs of TikTok Twitter page. Emily says, I just watched some of the membership live from earlier. I gotta say, if you have to side with your girlfriend on politics, if you like someone like that you mentioned today, I'm not sure which part you're talking about. We talked about a couple of different things. Oh wait, are you talking? I watched some of the. Are you talking about the membership live from the other day, or the membership live from this morning? It's on YouTube as well. They got the fight on YouTube. Damn, I don't want to play the fight video because I feel like it's a different set of rules for me. Apparently, it seems like fight videos It just hasn't gone well for me playing fight videos. But yeah, you're right. It is on YouTube. It got age restricted. It's even uncensored. The Daily Mail posted it. I feel like I don't know how do they get away posting this shit? You know how many times I got a strike for showing a fight video? What the heck? Yeah, there's no way I can show this. Hello? Hello? Not really. Why? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Bye. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, it's a very vicious fight. Clearly she's unconscious, and the girl it looks like there's multiple fights happening. It's a really, really messy situation. And yeah, her head is just banged into the concrete floor. And after she's just there laid out, there's other fights going on that just continue. There's a vehicle there too, like a SUV. Well, there's a couple cars driving by, looks like, and there's an SUV pulls up. Somebody gets out of the car. What a mess. Oh, Candace? Yeah, I like Candace. The SF/Nancy video is complete? Is it really? What do you mean, complete? It's posted? Or he made a post?
Me how bleeding on the brain has occurred, and I'm looking at the grandmother's most recent statement. She says the family is devastated and that the condition is imminent. I'm not quite sure what she means by imminent. It makes me afraid the girl is about to die. I'm talking about Kelly Gang, the 16-year-old girl. It makes me fear she's about to die, but how do you get bleeding to the brain, and how is it that every moment counts? As all these people are standing around taking videos and egging on the fight, every moment counted for Kelly Gang.
Well, thank you for having me, Nancy. And this is so gut-wrenching. As a parent, I am extremely disturbed by seeing this video. And as an ER doctor, it's never easy to watch any of these things. To answer your question, unfortunately, what happens is we get struck into our skull. And in this particular case, when she got struck, the injury to the skull actually broke the skull, basically a fracture. And then there's
wait. Okay, so you're saying when her head was beaten down on the cement, not just once, but multiple times, even though one blow could have done it. I mean, I heard the thud. Dr. Castro, when you hear, say, a rattlesnake, right? You never forget the sound. When you hear, when somebody locks and loads a shotgun, you hear that sound. You never forget it. That thud is something you never get over. A human head being slammed down on cement, and you can actually hear kind of a dull, wet sounding thud. Jackie, is that how you would, there's no other way to describe it. It's sickening. It's sickening, and you know instinctively there's no coming back from that. So you're saying that hit, and it looks like she's being hit on the back of the head. You pointed to the front of the head when you were describing it, but you're saying on the back of the head that would have fractured the skull. But how does that cause bleeding to the brain, and why is bleeding to the brain deadly?
Yeah. So there's two things going on. Number one, she was hit in the front, and there's this scientific phenomenon called coup counter coup, and all that means is you get hit in the front, but the brain actually goes back and forth and gets hit in the back. In this particular case, she was getting hit front and back, so it was getting multiple hits simultaneously.
Okay, hold on just a sec. I want Dr. Harvey Castro to explain more slowly what coup contra coup means. I first encountered it in shaken baby syndrome, where the child is shaken like that, and the brain literally is bouncing back and forth like a ping pong ball from the back of the head to the front of the head, and the baby's shaking like that. I hadn't thought about coup contra coup, Dr. Castro. You're right, because her head is being slammed down, and it looks like she's being yanked by, is it her shoulders or her hair? I think her shoulders, then yanked back up, then slammed down again. It's a miracle she's even still alive. But you're saying the coup contra coup, the brain will hit the back, then the front, then the back, then the front. Okay, let's go from there.
And so think of it this way. We have arteries and vessels all over our brain. And so every time we're being hit back and forth, think of it as shearing of those arteries and vessels and blood. And to answer your second
shearing?
part, just think of it as...
Yeah, crazy. News Nations can show more than other channels with like any strikes. Yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense. There's bullying in your chat. So SF posted this. So he did it, the show's already done and recorded. I definitely want to cover it later today. And it's going to be on the main channel, Ikedmel, ICKEDMEL. Let's show this post. This would be on tonight. I want to check it out. He said this morning after the taping with Nancy Grace's show about Riley Strayton case, those of us that were on the panel and Nancy were backstage talking. Chris Dingman, a family rep, told us that about the conversation Riley had with the girl he is dating. He told her how much he loved his mom. I won't get more specific than that, but it was so genuine. I've been thinking about that this last few hours, about how things can change in an instant. I can't imagine the pain this family and every family of missing people go through. So hopefully that comes out today. All right, so I will be back later. Probably, we'll see what kind of release it comes out at 3. I might come back at 3. If not, I'll wait till... Oh, Lord. Uh-oh. No, Lord.
Y'all friend got beat up. How y'all feel? How y'all feel?
Oh no.
And before y'all say shit, the reason this hoe got jumped in the end was because she tried to jump me with her sister yesterday. I don't jump, but you know.
So they say Kaylee was a known bully, allegedly. So there's also some video of her talking, and then they show a fight. The video's a little blurry. I'm seeing this, and this is Kaylee fighting somebody else. I can't tell what I see. So it's very blurry, but you know, it seems like it does seem like there could have been a history of issues with these girls. Of course, I don't condone or say it's okay to smash somebody's head into the floor multiple times till they died unconscious. But maybe there was a rise in this. Maybe they've been going back and forth for a while. I don't know. Maybe there's more to the story. Still very tragic. Let's talk it out before we leave. What happened in the chat? We weren't even talking politics. I'm surprised. Bad baby. Yeah, this kind of sound like that a little bit. All right, man. So yeah, I will see you guys in a bit. I'm going to try to work out a little bit of the kinks that I was having this morning. Most of it's worked out. I just got to fix something to make sure when we stream on the main channel, everything's smooth on Facebook and everywhere else. See if we can do a Raleigh strain update. There might be 2 updates on Raleigh today, I guess, that we can cover. There was real quick too, just somebody who sent this to me. Wilson sent this to me. JLR posted. Check this account. I don't know. What do you guys think about this in the chat? I gotta know before we head up. Hold on. I've been lining up my links. Not that one. Not that either. Okay. I've been lining up some of these links for later when we come back. Though all this stuff is kind of considered old news now, except for what we're going to talk about later today. But JLR says homeless man claims Raleigh strain was screaming, "Let's go, Brandon!" as loud as he could for 25 to 40 minutes before he vanished by the bridge, says Cumberland River Banks in downtown Nashville. What do you think this is? Let's see. It's muted.
American, I got that sixth sense when I got over to that spot. I also, you know that I was across the river, right?
Yeah.
Sleeping. When he woke, I believe Riley woke me up. Wow. Riley was yelling, "Let's go, Brandon!" And he yelled it as loud as he could. He yelled it for 25 to 40 minutes. It went on and on and on. Because I was like, I gotta go to bed. You know, I practice Judaism, so Friday to Saturday is my Sabbath. So I'm barely quiet at night. And it startled me, and he yelled and yelled and yelled and yelled and yelled. And from where I was across this, as the boys got farther away, I could tell he was past that first bridge, and then all of a sudden he stopped yelling. Wow. Why would he stop yelling, Jason, after 25 minutes of yelling? Because somebody confronted him.
Oh, really?
Sure they did. Somebody.
I don't know. Guy proclaims in the video that to be a Native American Jew. Doesn't go with the timeline. Yeah, I don't know about this one, but I was sent this and I was like, oh Lord. And I just feel like there would be more people that probably would have heard that. Somebody screaming that straight for 25 to 40 minutes. Yeah, right. But somehow the cop who was there for 45 minutes didn't hear that either. Could have been anybody saying that, right? Everybody's partying, music loud, everybody's drinking. Pepkins. So I saw that. All right, I'm going to head out of here for now, but I will be back later. Let's see what the updates are with the family of Riley Strain. And I'm really looking forward to the Nancy Grace episode with SF Investigates and see what more information comes out. Still missing. Really weird. Still missing. All right. Take care, guys. See you in a